Hey readers, welcome back to Bookmark This, where lit happens. My name is Jess, and the lit that is happening today is my ghosty friend and I are going to talk about my September reading wrap up. In September, I read 10 books, and so that was a pretty okay reading month for me. And we are going to go through those 10 books, and I'm just going to tell you a quick blurb about them and what I rated them. So I'm just going to go through these books in the order that I read them in. And first up is The Crown of Midnight. So, yes, before you judge me, I'm completely behind on Throne of Glass altogether. I don't know why both the ACOTAR series and the Throne of Glass series I completely put off for quite a while. I don't know why. It was so hyped up for so long, and I don't know why I avoided it, but I am enjoying myself. It has high stakes, heartache, and we get a little bit of a darker, deeper edge to Selena's story, and it was a good time for me. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, and you definitely should bookmark this one for your TBR if you haven't already read it, which I'm sure so many of you have. I also read The Assassin's Blade. Now, I know a lot of people have read this as book 1 in the series. I read it as book 3 in the series. I did have a good time with it, but it was not my favorite. I did enjoy getting a little bit of Sam's backstory and sort of realizing who she was and he was prior to her current ventures, but being like a short collection, I definitely hated the repeat. And each time, we started out, we have to, get a recap on all of that we already just learned for me 5 minutes ago. So that was not so much fun, but I did enjoy it overall. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And book number 3 was Hemlock and Silver. Honestly, not my favorite T. Kingfisher. I love T. Kingfisher. Hemlock and Silver just really didn't do it for me as much. I did still enjoy it. I feel like she writes, this eerie sort of atmospheric book, and she blends that along with knowledge and great character building like nobody else. But I was super annoyed with the main character most of the time. But I do feel like she was able to write a character that was really smart in some ways and really not so smart in other ways. And I think that's fair, because I think that's how most people are. Like we might be really smart in like a niche, but like not so great in other ways. And I think that that's good. But it just didn't do it for me 100%, but I did still rate it 3 stars. I had a good time with it, and I did enjoy the world building for sure. There's just, most of the story was guessable to me, and so it just wasn't as good to me as some of her other works. But I do think that it's worth a read if you're into sort of like a folklore retelling of Snow White. I mean, it was a good time. Brandon read The Alloy of Law. My husband and I have been trucking through Sanderson's work. We started out with Mistborn. I didn't know anything about Sanderson, and the first 3 books in the Mistborn series I fell in love with. And so him and I decided to go ahead with book 4, which is The Alloy of a Law. And I was bored. I was so bored the entire freaking time. I felt like we spent so many chapters doing nothing and going nowhere. I did enjoy the characters a little bit, and the fast paced chapters were really good. I just felt like there wasn't enough of them, and the other chapters just took forever. What I will say is that Sanderson himself talks about how he wrote this series first, and it wasn't his greatest, and I will have to agree with that. But I did like it overall. He really tells a good story. I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. A book number 5, I read Hold the Line, and this is not really a political channel, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but this is a real life tale of an officer from the January 6th incident, and he tells a very deep, heroic tale of suffering and just shares his experience with everything that he faced. His name is Officer Fatone. I just highly recommend, if it's your goal to read one nonfiction, I recommend this one. For me, for the most part, I do not really spend a lot of time reading nonfiction because I simply don't want to. The world is rough at times, and I read to get away from all that. But I did want to read at least one, and so I picked this one, and it was his story. Now, he is not a writer, and so I definitely did not rate this book based off his writing ability. I did, however, base it off my feelings. Um, the feelings that I got reading it and the respect that I have for him writing it. And so it did get 5 stars out of me. Moved on to Akatar, and I read book 2 in the series, which is A Court of Mist and Fury. And this one had some stunning changes. I felt like it was a total shift. We had lots of character development in this one. I really, really loved and diving into Rhys-San and getting to know what in the crap was going on with him. It was a lot of fun for me. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. If you have not been living under a rock and you have already gotten to this book, then you probably already know, but I would bookmark this one for my TBR if I had not already read it. Friends, mom duty waits for no one, and I got called away, but I'm back to finish this up. Now, book number 7 that I read in September, I actually didn't include in the total lineup because I've actually read 11 books this month, but this one was a reread, and it was Legends and Lattes. Now, if you're looking for a cozy fantasy and you've not read this one yet, this one is a must read for this fall. I love this one. I read this maybe a year or so ago, and I needed to give it another go because I actually never got to the prequel, which is Bookshops and Bone Dust. And I needed to get back in this world and feel these feels again. This one, Legends and Lattes, 5 out of 5 every single time that I read it. It is cozy. It is like serotonin wrapped up in book covers. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is about found family and purpose and not giving up, friendship, and all that jazz. It is so cute, and it has coffee at the center of its theme. And this one sounds like it has a book at the center of its theme. So definitely, definitely 5 out of 5. And I have bookmarked Legends and Lattes for a lifetime. This one will always be forever on my shelf, and probably possibly a reread every year. I don't know. We'll see. I just loved it. Let me know what you thought about it if you've read it. And I'm going to get into the prequel in October, I hope. I do have a hefty goal for October, so I don't know if I'll actually get to it, but that's the plan. Book number 8 for me was Serpents and the Wings of Night. This one has a vampire competition, heart racing, tension, and romance that actually bites. Now, this romance story, romantasy, if you will, for me, hit all the marks. It did it exactly right. I love a romance that's not solely based on looks. I love a romance that is very much grounded in something else. They may not have even liked each other at first, or if they did like each other, that's fine. But the more important piece is that it's a slow burn, a get to know you, a find out whatever it is that we have in common, or even that we don't have in common, but just discovery of one another and who the other person is. And this one had all of that. It was absolutely perfection. I love this story so much. It almost got 5 stars out of me. The only thing that held it back just a wee bit was the ending. I even teared up for a second toward the end, but then I got yanked back, very confused, didn't like the ending at all. So that's the only thing that really got me was the ending. I was not a fan, but I am interested in seeing how this one continues. So I will be grabbing the next one, but 4 out of 5 for me. Book number 9 for me was Ruthless Faye. Now, I have been really dragging my feet also with the Zodiac Academy. I was not really sure if I wanted to dive into the Zodiac world just because it is so many books in this series, and I did not know if I can handle it. So far, I have a lot of mixed emotions on this one. I give a really I like to think that I give decent reviews on Goodreads. So I'm going to leave my Goodreads in the comments or in the description. So if you want to go and read like a more lengthy review on how I feel about the Zodiac books, please do so. I like it. I like it and I want to love it, but I'm not there yet. I'm really not there yet. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I just I liked the new perspective from the boy's point of view so that I can get a little bit more in-depth insight on like who they are and if they had any humanity whatsoever, maybe why they're doing some of the things they're doing. I did feel like I got some of that in this book and I enjoyed it, but there's just so much. There's so much like forced everything in this book, and I don't know how much I'm loving it. I am going to continue with maybe 1 or 2 more books in the series just to see how it is fleshing out and developing, and then I might DNF the series. It's like on that line of being really good but also being something I might DNF, and I'm just not sure how I feel about it yet, but I will definitely let you know if I feel like the series is bookmarkable or not. Right now, I'm just sitting kind of like at a 3 stars. Okay. All right. Book number 10 that I read for September, Catabasis. And I don't know where the book is, around here somewhere. I'm not going to hold it up. I am not even going to talk about this long because I do a whole rant on Catabasis in another video. 2 out of 5 stars for me. Just, it did not hit at all. But if you're interested in my thoughts, you're going to need a coffee and to just brace yourself because that one is a lengthy video. All right, going on to the final book that I read for September. It was The Wedding Witch, and it's like this small town magic romance, definitely autumnal vibes. It's like the book you read next to a candle, pumpkin candle burning or something. It was a good time for me. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. It's perfect for fall nights. You definitely need to read that one if you haven't already. You want to bookmark it. Okay, guys, that is it for what I read in September. If you enjoy videos like this, go ahead and bookmark this channel and subscribe. And make sure you turn on that little notification bell so you never miss when lit happens. And I will see you in the next video.